Hey guys, Peyton here. I'm checking in for Mac's vlog. What's going on in my life? I just finished up two exams yesterday. I had an exam, so it was my third round of my big exam week. So I now have no more no more exams until finals, which is really exciting. And like our finals aren't really finals because they only cover like the amount that we learned from this last exam, which is this week. So we're on our final curve, which is like really exciting, but also a little nerve wracking too. Um, so yeah, how those went. So I kind of went into these exams a bit differently than how I did my second round. So my second round, I was like very frantic, very like I need to memorize everything, blah 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 blah. And yes, like I did better, about the same as I did the first round. But this time around, I decided to take a different approach and like study hardcore. But then once it got around bedtime, I was like, okay, Peyton, like you're gonna relax, and you can stress, but you're not gonna over stress and over worry yourself because really in the end, like it's gonna be okay, and like God's gonna do magic and work with whatever brain power I got. Um, and so like God has a plan for whatever is gonna happen. So just like trusting God and just having peace that He'll handle it. Um, was kind of how I went today. I remember sitting at breakfast this morning, and my roommate was just like going through all of her notes, and she's just like freaking out. And like literally the moment she was done with breakfast, she was like out the door, and I just like kind of sat there and just enjoyed my breakfast, and I talked with my senora a little bit, and then I left and I just like walked to school, and it was all okay. Which is definitely not the norm. Normally I'm like rushing to get out the door to get to school. Especially for that second round of tests, like I was rushing to get out. I was just so stressed. But being more relaxed, I feel a lot more calm, or I felt more calm for my exams and felt like, I may not know everything,. But it's okay. So hopefully that will go over well. Prayers that God will provide and that, good grades. Yay. We want those. Yeah. Or improvements. That's what we want, more improvements. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what just happened today. Um, Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on in my life mentally and just like the process of being here, what's going on, what's been going on. Nothing like super serious or anything. Um, but just like how studying abroad is changing me. Just want to share with you guys a little bit about that. But before that, I learned this fun word. So yesterday I ate pomegranate seeds for the first time, just like plain pomegranate seeds, and for like a dessert. And my senor was like, she's like, how was it? And I was like, it was good. Like, didn't love it, but it was a bit sour. I don't know why I said that, but I think I meant like a different word or something. But she's just like, in serio? Like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, just a little bit, but like I liked it. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't love it. And she's like, tú eres tiquismiquis, which means you're picky. Pero tiquismiquis is like a slang word that they use here, and it was just so funny because I had like learned it one of the first weeks I was here because someone had heard it on the street, and then brought it to class, and we learned the word, and then she's like, oh yeah, tú eres tiquismiquis, and I was like, I know what that means. And I had to like explain myself, and I would be like, no, really, like I liked it. I want to be honest with you. um, so yeah, kind of where I'm at with my Spanish. So the last couple weeks, um, I've kind of felt like my Spanish has just been kind of at a standstill. Like I haven't really been improving, but I haven't really been like not improving, I guess. Like just kind of at a standstill. And yesterday I was really discouraged because I was sitting in class and we were like going over stuff, and I was realizing I wasn't getting it. And I realized I wasn't putting in the effort and the work. Well, I was, but yet I wasn't. And I kind of had lost my motive for learning Spanish. And yesterday I was reminded that like Spanish is just such a wonderful language. And like, yes, like I struggle, but like look how far I've come. I literally am living in a town and going to school that entirely speaks Spanish, and like I have classes every day that speak Spanish, and I'm not dead, and I'm like not like dying or anything. So I'm getting there. So it was really nice. So thank you, friends, if you're watching, for just kind of encouraging me to realize that yes, um, I am getting there. Yesterday, I had my like hangout time at Hospital de Caridad, and we had bingo last night as well. And so yesterday, I was talking to some different gentlemen, and the one that I don't know if I've talked about him before. I'm pretty sure I have. But there's a guy that can't talk very well. Yes, I've talked about him before, JK. And he saw me across the room, and his face just like lit up, and I wanted to cry. Like it was just so amazing. And I come over and I'm like, oh my gosh, hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? And literally we just like, I like gave him this like super long hug, and it was just so cute. Like I'm literally crying right now, kind of. Um, and it just reminded me that although like sometimes my Spanish isn't great, like I'm still making these connections. And later, while they were playing bingo, I was playing dominoes with this gentleman, and while everybody else was playing bingo, one of the guys sings the Pepa song, which if you want to know that, feel free to be like, Peyton, I want to know this song. So I have a song. My Spanish name has a song, and they started singing it. They're like Pepa, da 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 da, and every time I just like wanted to cry because it just shows that they just really care. Um, and it was just such an encouragement that I'm making these connections with these people, and like I'm so getting emotional right now. Um, like I'm making these connections with people, and it's gonna be hard to leave. It's gonna be hard to leave my senora, who I didn't want to cry on you guys. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be hard to leave my senora, who is literally like done everything for me. She's given me so much life advice, um and just like with different things, like with things going on here, like after my first round of exams, like I was just so discouraged, and she like lifted me up. They're very like solution oriented here, and I'm like, Rosa, I just need to cry, and she's just like, no, 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 but I want to help you. And I finally got my skirt and shirt for my flamenco show next week, and the belt was ripped a little bit. And I brought it home, and I was like, Rosa, can you help me? And she's like, of course, hija. Hija means daughter. And just I've grown such an immensely like great relationship with her. And every day, like we'll be sitting at lunch, and then like my roommate will leave because she doesn't want to talk to my senora that much, which is like no problem at all. But then I'll just sit there, and like she'll just like tell me about her day. And um yesterday she was telling me about her mom, and it was just so enlightening to hear like something super personal, which normally is like you never hear that here. I've That's the first time I've actually heard that, and it was just so enlightening to hear that like she's like finally opening up to me, because I talk about my family all the time, but to her, like she talks about her friends but never about her family. And it was just super sweet to hear her opening up about like when she was young, like with her mom, like how she would just watch her mom like sew and stuff while she was fixing my belt. So yeah, yesterday was kind of an emotional day, and today's too. Um, but how like studying abroad is changing me. It's kind of showing me a different light. it's showing me that like people, there's people here or like people in the world that are going to care and that are going to give you the light of day, and there's people that aren't. And life is too short. I constantly am seeing on the news how someone died from a car accident or died from something else, or got killed or murdered or something. I'm always seeing this, and it's like yesterday we were talking about how like our time is so limited here on earth, and um, how we have to appreciate everything. We were also we were talking in Encuentro how God provides, Jehovah Jireh, and like if we don't need it, He's not going to give it to us, even though sometimes we want it, and we just have to take things day by day, and just know that He'll provide for us. And um, like right now, I'm kind of struggling with that, with just like missing my friends, trying to figure out who my true friends are, who they aren't, whether it's here or in the States, who's giving me the time of day and who's not. Because really, a relationship and a friendship is a two-way street, and it's a partnership. You have to give out some, and they have to give you some too. So I've been really kind of thinking on that, reflecting on just my time here, how that's changing me, because I went on a trip, and the people weren't very nice to me, and they didn't give me the light of day, and I tried really hard to fit in, and I tried really hard to give them the light of day, but really in the end of it, like they didn't give me squat. And granted, like they didn't know that they were doing it necessarily. Well, I don't know if they all knew that what they were doing it, but it was a moment that God taught me that like people aren't going to give you the light of day, and really that doesn't really matter, because your worth isn't dependent on someone giving you the light of day, or someone laughing at your joke, or someone like walking with you down the street. Your worth is all from me, and like you are worthy because I created you. And so after that, I kind of started shifting and changing as to how I see my friends, how I see the people that I hang out with, how I spend my time here, because like I have stuff that I want to do, and there's ways that God's moving in my life that may not be working, or may not be happening in other people's lives, and realizing that I don't have to always be with someone. Granted, I'm an extrovert, and so I want to be, but realizing that really all I need is God. I don't need to have people like me. I don't need to have people like constantly walking with me back and forth from places. That doesn't matter. Like it just matters that God's with me, and that I know that my worth is found in Him. So yeah, that's kind of what I got for you guys today. Tomorrow I go to Rhonda, which is our last excursion. I can say it in English. Oh my goodness. And so we get to visit one of the oldest bullfighting rinks in Spain, and I think in the world maybe. So that'll be super exciting. So feel free to check social media for that. So yeah, that's kind of what I got. Per request, just that my exams go well, and also just as my time is coming to a close here, that I would just find peace. Know that this is a see you later, not a goodbye. Definitely have the travel bug now, so definitely planning to come back sometime. But yeah, I have about a month left, and it's gonna fly by. But I am so thankful I'm here, so blessed, and I'm so happy that I had this opportunity to do this. But yeah, thank you for watching. Sorry it's a little bit emotional, but this is kind of just what's going on here. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.